All right, I'm kind of excited to get into this. Well, hello and welcome to another episode. Today on the channel, we've got the Jansno X50, and as you can see, this is a motorcycle style electric bike. It is the first motorcycle style electric bike on the channel. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's talk about it. Okay, so the X50 is listed out there on Amazon. It's listed for $638. All right, but there is a $200 shipping fee. So you might as well just call it $838, right? Now for under $1,000, to me, it seems like you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. So let's go ahead and talk about why. First off, it accommodates riders from 5'3" up to 6'3". I'm 6'2" for reference. The bike weighs 82 pounds with a max load capacity of 330 pounds. You've got a 750 watt rear hub motor back here, and I didn't find any branding or anything like that. And as you can see, you've got mag wheels on this bike, which look really, really cool. I am really digging that. Now, I also couldn't find any torque ratings for the motor, but with a 750 watt output, I'm expecting that we won't have any trouble getting up hills and inclines, which is the main thing you're concerned with in terms of torque, a torque rating. This is a class 3 electric bike with a top speed of 28 miles per hour. I like that, y'all. But the bike will actually ship to you in class 2, so you will have to unlock it. It's super easy to do. Class 2 will only get you up to 20 miles per hour. So if you want that top speed, you're gonna have to unlock it. I'll show you how to do that right now. Actually, mine came shipped in class 3. So mine was actually shipped class 3. If yours is not, let me show you how to get it from class 2 to class 3. Very, very simple. Okay, guys, so if your bike comes with these two cables connected, all right, you're not going to get the top speed of 28 miles per hour. If these cables are connected, this is a class 2 electric bike with a top speed of 20 miles per hour. To unlock it, make sure these two cables right here are disconnected, and that switches it to a class 3, and you get the 28 miles per hour. All right, very simple. 7-speed Shimano derailleur and gear shifter. And I actually like the shifter here. Really nice and smooth. And if you notice there, this one does come with the derailleur guard, which is nice. You get a 48 volt, 14 amp hour battery. This one is advertised to get you range of 28 miles when using throttle only and 84 miles when using pedal assist. That seems pretty high to me, so we'll just have to see what we actually get. I think, you know, the size and weight of the rider plays a role as well, and how aggressively you ride the bike. So we'll check all that out, and you'll see, you know, what someone my size and weight and how someone that rides the bike like me, you'll see what I get. And you can see here, there's a button here for you to turn the battery on and off. Here's the charging port. And then there's even, looks like there's a USB port. Yep, so if you wanted to use this kind of like a power bank, see if you can see that there. Make sure the camera's pointing to it. And there is a battery level indicator right there on the battery. And we're gonna push that, and you can see that we have a full battery. Okay, you get a key and a backup to mount and dismount the battery. And notice you also get another key and backup to actually turn the bike on, which I think is kind of cool. Just to add to that simulation of riding an actual motorbike. But let me show you how to go ahead and take the battery off. Just gonna put the key in here and unlock it just like so. All right, once you have it unlocked, you can just slide it off the bike. See if I can do this with one hand. There we go. And the battery isn't that heavy at all. But here you go. It's got LG cells in it. And there you can see 48 volts, 14 amp hours. And there you go. And obviously to put it back on, I'm just gonna slide it back into position and turn the key to lock it. And that battery is now secure. And Jansno says it takes 6 to 8 hours to charge up from empty. I'll put up on the screen how long it takes me if I am able to get that for you. All right, as you can see, we've got CST branded 20 by 4 inch wide fat tires. Really, really like those and like the way they look. We've got a mechanical braking system with a 160 millimeter rotors. I honestly think this bike should have hydraulics. I think that would have been a better choice, especially with the top speed being 28. So, but that's probably one of the things they did to keep the price down on this one. But we'll test out the brakes. We'll definitely test out the brakes and see if they are adequate for this bike. Okay, you've got suspension in the front fork here. There is no way to preload or make any type of adjustments. You can't lock it out or anything like that. So we'll test that out and see how functional that is. We'll see if it ever bottoms out on us. And here's what I like. This is a full suspension motorcycle style electric bike. As you can see, we've got rear suspension here. And I've ridden the bike, and so far it works really well. Really, really smooth ride on this one. We'll see how we feel after a longer ride test, but like I said initially, I think it is more function over form, so it's not just for aesthetics. It actually works. Okay, here's one of those bang for buck features, I think. Look at that. You get a nice, big, bright front headlight, and check this out. We've got actual turn signals, and we also get a tail light, which doubles as a brake light. We'll go over the control panel a little bit more in a second, but let me just show you real quick how easy it is to turn the lights on. See here, we've got a functional button. We just push that button and our lights are on. I'll get you some night shots so you can see. And then same thing with the turn signals. We have this slider here. So to turn on the turn signals, we're gonna turn left. And check that out. Really, really nice. I think, man, this is the first bike I've seen, you know, at various price points that I've tested so far. This is the first one that's actually had turn signals like that. Well, I take that back. The Aventine Adventure 2 has turn signals, but these are, I don't know, these are really, really prominent and nice. I like that. And let me show you the rear brake. So, and you can actually see the turn signal in the back as well. I didn't realize that before. But I'm depressing the brake, and you can see what happens when you do that. And as far as I know, that turn signal will continue until you actually turn it off. So you got to keep that in mind as you're riding along and you're using those signals. Make sure you move this slider back to center, so you're not burning up your battery unnecessarily. Oh, I forgot to mention, you do get front and rear splash guards or fenders. They are just vinyl, so not metal. Again, one of those things to keep the price down, I think. But look at this frame, man. I think it looks really, really cool. It doesn't look like a $800 bike to me. It looks much more expensive than that. Really cool looking. All right, here's something that I was not sure about, just in general with motorcycle style electric bikes. So the seats are not adjustable, right? Not adjustable seats. So how they come is how they come. That's what you get. I actually have seen some out there that do adjust, but this one doesn't, and I would imagine most don't. So if you're, you know, a taller rider, or, you know, you like to get things, you know, to fit you just the way you like, and to get the ride just the way you like, you're not going to be able to do that with this. And I was concerned about that. But after riding, I don't feel that way anymore. I feel like my seating position is good. I end up having to sit back kind of far on the seat, but in doing so, it's really comfortable. This spring right here makes a big difference. The other thing about not being able to adjust the seat is pedaling. I always thought pedaling on a motorcycle style electric bike just wouldn't be, I thought it would be cumbersome, you know, in that, you know, your knees would be up too high and things like that. Now, granted, this isn't, you know, it isn't the most ideal out of all the electric bikes I have, right? Obviously. But I don't have any problem pedaling this. Where I noticed an issue is when you get up to the higher speeds, you end up ghost pedaling. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. We'll talk more about that during the ride test. But the point I'm trying to make is if you've had reservations about, you know, a non-adjustable seat on a motorcycle style electric bike, try it out. You may be surprised, because I was. Just try it out if you can. If you're able to try it out before purchasing, try it out and you might be surprised. When I didn't talk about the comfort, we'll talk more about that as we ride. But the seat is darn comfortable because, you know, you got more coverage of the nether regions. So it's like you got more coverage there. Yeah, we'll see how I feel after riding for a good period of time to see if I have some riding fatigue. But from what I've done so far, man, it's been really, really nice. Nice ride. Nice and cushy and comfortable. All right, let's take a look at the handlebars and the control system here. So you've got these palm rests here, twist throttle, which I imagine that's to add to the whole motorcycle motif. Nothing exciting about this. These are functional. They work just fine. I like the fact that, you know, you can rest your palm here. No big deal there. As I mentioned before, you have to actually turn this key and it has to stay in the bike to keep it powered on. All right. Now notice you've got these swept back, the handlebars are swept back. I like that a lot. It adds to the look, but it's not just for aesthetics. I find turning and maneuvering to be easier with this, and we'll talk more about that when we get out and ride. But let me show you the buttons here. I showed you this briefly before, but you have an independent button or dedicated button for turning on the lights. And then you also get this button for a electronic horn, and it is loud. And last time I was out riding, I was riding on some trails and in the park, and that bike had a little, one of those little cheapy bells, the ding bell. I was laying into that thing because I was constantly coming across people. But this, I don't know if maybe if you do it real quick, but yeah, it's kind of loud, you guys. And then, as I mentioned before, here's your turn signals, which I think that is such a cool touch, especially at this price point. And then notice under here, there's a USB port. Make sure you can see that. So you can charge your not your battery. You can charge up your phone while you're riding if you need to. And let's go ahead and take a look at the screen here. You can actually see this really, really well. A lot of times with the nicer screens that might be color, sometimes you can't really see them that well in direct sunlight. You can see this no problem. As you can see, you've got your battery level indicator, we've got our speedometer, we've got the power assist mode or pedal assist mode, and our odometer. You can see I've put 7 miles on it so far. And to change to trip, you just push the power button once, and then we can see the battery voltage as well. And back to odometer. Obviously, the plus and minus buttons are how you raise and lower the power assist or pedal assist. You can see we have 5 pedal assist modes. I'm going to take that down to neutral. And when you're in neutral, you cannot engage the throttle. So that's safety. Make sure you put it in neutral so you don't engage the motor by accident. I've done that before and the doggone bike will launch. So don't do that. Okay, now with a lot of electric bikes, you can also turn the lights on by pressing and holding the plus button. You can do that with this bike as well, in addition to the dedicated button. And to get into the advanced settings, you press and hold the plus and minus buttons here. And I won't get into all of that. I believe the manual has kind of like a legend of if you want to change some of those settings. So that's there for you. And this bike also has walk assist. So if you are crossing the street or going, walking the bike up a hill or something, just press and hold the minus button, and then the bike, I'll show you, the bike will start. It will give you some motor assistance for that. So far, you guys, I am really impressed by what I see, especially keeping that price point in mind. This is it's a pretty dope bike, you guys. Now, obviously, the most important aspect of this is how it performs, how it rides, and also longevity. That's not really something I can opine on. Obviously I haven't had the bike that long, but my initial impressions, I'm digging it. Like I said, I was not too keen on motorcycle style electric bikes, just simply because of, I like to pedal, and I was concerned about the non-adjustable seat. And I don't think I really have those concerns anymore. So. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing out on the road, do a ride test, and see what this thing can do. Okay, everybody, as always, the first thing we're gonna do is our speed test, and then we're gonna check each pedal assist mode. This one has a top speed of 28 miles per hour, as I mentioned before. So I imagine we're gonna need a pretty long stretch to get going and get up to that top speed, but we're definitely gonna test it out. I have my independent GPS speedometer here just to make sure the speedometer on the bike is accurate. Let's go ahead and get in position and see what this thing can do. All right, we're gonna do this two ways. We're gonna do this throttle only, and then we're gonna do this in pedal assist. First off, throttle only in 3, 2, 1, go. We are in pedal assist 5, but I believe this is throttle on demand, so you'll get up to the top speed in any pedal assist mode, but we will definitely confirm and test that out. Full battery, of course. We're up to 18, 20, and looks like the native speedometer on the bike is a little bit behind because the GPS speedometer is showing 25. The bike is showing 22, 24, 25. All right, 26, 27, and that's where we topped out at. 27, and that was on the independent GPS speedometer. The bike speedometer is definitely off. It looked like it capped at 23. So not sure if there's a setting that you can go in and change to adjust that. I will look into that and see if it's in the manual, and maybe provide an update in the video about whether that is the case. All right, but what we're gonna do this time is we are going to do our pedal assist test, and we are in level assist 5, and we are going to start pedaling to see if we get up to that top speed of 28 miles per hour, and go. Motor has kicked in. We're pedaling, giving it the old Gadget inspector power. We're up to 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We hit 28, pedaling, and are sustaining it. And the bike speedometer only showed 24, 25. So It's definitely behind, guys. Not sure why, but I did confirm here, as you saw, the bike does reach the advertised top speed of 28 miles per hour. All right, the next thing I want to test real quick is whether you get the top speed in any pedal assist mode when utilizing the throttle. So I'm going to take this down to pedal assist 1 and let's engage the throttle. And no, looks like this one will cap you at whatever the top speed is for that pedal assist mode. And in this case, it is 11 miles per hour. And let's just go ahead and test this out now. Let's go up to 2. Got a little jolt there. That's taking us up to 14. Pedal assist 3. A little more power. Looks like we're up to 18, 19. And then 4, over 20. Or up to 20. And then 5, of course, will take us up to the top speed of 28 miles per hour. And I imagine we get the same speed caps when pedaling in each pedal assist mode. So no need to really test that. So I think you guys get the idea here. All right, guys, so the next thing we're gonna do is our hill test. I have a nice steep long hill that I like to test all electric bikes out on. And I imagine this one's gonna do really well, but we're gonna test that out. But first, let me show you something that I'm observing here with the screen. It looks like there's some, I don't know, some condensation that got on the inside under the screen there. So I can still see it. The readout is nice and visible, but there is some kind of weird condensation there. I'm not sure how that happened. It was just in the garage. It hasn't been below freezing or anything like that. So I don't know, just an observation. All right, on to the hill test. Before we do the hill test, I forgot one thing. I like to always test out how difficult it is to pedal the bike with no pedal assist. So I'm gonna take this down to pedal assist 0, so we have no throttle assist or motor assist. And let's just see how difficult it is to pedal, just in case you run out of battery and you have to pedal the bike home. I'm gonna go ahead and gear down all the way. That makes it a little bit easier. And a lot of times with these heavy electric bikes, sometimes it's really difficult to pedal. Not too bad with this one. I'm up to 8 miles per hour, and this is just on flat ground. I imagine when going up inclines, it would be a little more difficult. I'm actually ghost pedaling now. I'm gonna give it a little more. Yeah, not too bad. I think in a pinch, it could be done, you guys. In a pinch, it could be done. And actually, let me go down this little grade here and then try to come back up and see what that's like. Gear all the way down. Yeah, I can definitely feel the weight of this bike now. So yeah, if you had to do it, you could do it, but motorcycle style bikes aren't the most ideal to pedal to begin with. This one isn't bad. Like I mentioned before, it's doable. But yeah, I am so grateful for the motor on this bike. All right, let's get it back on, you guys, and head to the hill test. And guys, let me tell you, I've been going over, a few bumps here and there, and the word that comes to mind is bouncy. The suspension is legit. It's definitely absorbing, all of that shock coming from running over uneven pavement and bumps and stuff like that. So it's definitely working. Probably could be a little tighter because, like I said, it is a bit bouncy, but it's comfortable in conjunction with the seat. Now, obviously, after riding for an extended period of time, I may have a different assessment, but as of right now, super comfortable and very little, if any, riding fatigue thus far. Okay, we are at our hill. So what we're gonna do is throttle only, and then we'll do it in pedal assist as well. So we are in pedal assist 5. We are engaging the throttle. Here we go. Let's see how it does. And I'm expecting this one to have no trouble at all getting up this hill. We're at 12 miles per hour. We're actually, let's see what we're actually doing. 12, yep. 13, 12, 12. Kind of maintaining 12 miles per hour all the way up. So, no problem tackling that hill in throttle only. Now let's see how it does when we're pedaling. And this is a good time to test the brakes. Fully engaging the rear brakes. And not bad, but I think if this bike had hydraulic brakes, which I think I mentioned before, I would prefer to see hydraulic brakes on this bike since it does have a higher top speed. But they worked. I mean, it took a little bit to stop there, as you can see, but it got me to a stop. And if I engaged the front brakes as well, that would have helped as well. All right, now for pedal assist. See if we can tackle this hill. Pedal assist 5, and we are only pedaling now with no throttle. And I just felt the motor kick in, and it is definitely assisting us up this hill. We're at 12. Oh, not sure what's going on here, but my GPS is showing that we're going 3 miles per hour. Maybe I hit a setting or something, but we're at 13 on the bike speedometer, 12, and no problem at all. I think the point is made. This one has the hill climbing power that you need.